Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you so much for taking out your most valuable time to join the celebration of Bhadra Purnima. It's on 29th, which is day after tomorrow. But we thought that let's have this call a few days before so that we can be more prepared and more energetic to know about the glories of Bhagavatam, the glories of Bhadra Purnima, and so we can receive that completely in our heart, in our lives, and also try to share that with everyone to the best extent possible. So if you're in a position to turn on your videos, that's always great. It helps to make the conversation more engaging, interactive, and it certainly inspires me as well. So before we begin, we will do some prayers called Mangalacharan. Basically, they are the prayers to invoke the mercy of the Guru Parampara, because whatever we are doing here is all coming from the Guru Shishya Parampara, or also called as disciplic succession. And I'll try my best to share everything on the screen so that you can follow along and make it nice, engaging, and interactive discussion. So my deepest gratitude again to all of you. Baldev, Seva Prabhu, Subala Prabhu, Radha Mataji, Varun Prabhu, Rakesh Prabhu, Shroma Mataji, Lakshay Prabhu, Babu Prabhu, Go Pala Vrinda, Pala Prabhu, Munna Mataji, Girish Prabhu, Priti Mataji, Kumar Prabhu. First time I think you're joining from Tampa, right? Thank you. Sharanya Mataji has also joined. Thank you so much to all of you, and to those who are connected via other platforms, Facebook, YouTube, etc. My deepest gratitude to all of you for taking out your valuable time. So let's begin with the auspicious prayers for our purification, and then we will get started, and we will cover the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why is it important, and how we can make the most out of the Bhadra Purnima. So is everyone ready? So you can type in the chat box or show with some emojis or speak up, Haribol or something, so we can have a nice engaging session here.
Haribol, Prabhuji.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, do you see it now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Perfect. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam param anandamadhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Thank you again, my dear friends, brothers, sisters, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. Thank you so much for taking out your valuable time to celebrate Bhadra Purnima and to understand the deeper meaning and the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. And Krishna is unlimited. So the qualities of the Supreme Lord are unlimited, right? Ananta, one of the name is Ananta, Ashesha. So similarly, we can glorify, like one poet has mentioned, that if all the ink, all the waters of the universe are used as ink, and all the trees are used as the nib, right, to make a pen, still we cannot write enough about Krishna. If one can count the stars in the night, can anyone count how many stars? Can one count the droplets of water in the ocean? How many drops of water? Can anyone do that? The poets, the Vaishnava poets say that even if one can count the water droplets or the drops of water in the ocean, even if one can count the stars in the sky in the night time, still one cannot even count an iota of Krishna's qualities. So Krishna is unlimited and we are limited. Krishna is infinitesimal, we are infinite. So we can never completely glorify Krishna. But nonetheless, for those who have parenting experience, even if the little son or daughter says with broken words mother's name or father's name, that gives great joy to the mother and father. Is it not? Raise your hand if you have experienced that joy at some point in your life, right? The 1-year-old, 2-year-old, like with broken words is trying to say the name of the mother, father. The father, mother are very happy. So similarly, Krishna is our Supreme Father. With broken words, with no qualification, especially a person like me, with broken words, no qualification, no purity, still, when we try to glorify Krishna, still we make a humble attempt, Krishna is very happy. And with that mood, seeking all of your blessings and prayers, I bow down so we can begin the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. We all have seen in this century, in this world we are living, there are so many problems, is it not? There is problem at practically every step. So many natural calamities, disasters, right? These are like suffering statistics. You may say, why I'm beginning this like discussion, right? But these are real facts. You can Google it. Out of the world's population, it may have even grown now. So many people are dying from hunger, from AIDS, from depression, from about 6,000 people die every hour. No. So by the time we complete our discussion, 6,000 people will not be in this world. That's a lot, right? And not all of those are, at the 80 plus years in their life or 90 years, right? Some of them could be 80 years, some of them could be 20, some of them could be 40. We all hear that every day, right? These days, cancer, mental cancer, physical cancer, so many. The American Medical Association research states 1 in 2 males and 1 in 3 females will get cancer. This is their research saying. I'm not trying to scare anyone by showing these data, but this is an ostrich. An ostrich is in danger when the enemy is coming to devour her. what she does is tries to put the head in the sand and saying, oh, I'm fine now. The enemy is gone. I'm fine. I'm comfortable. What would you call such a person? When the danger, the imminent danger is just a few seconds away, and just closing our eyes and saying everything is fine. Is that a very good idea? No, that's a very foolish idea. People say, hey, don't talk about death, don't talk about death. No, we are not pessimists. We're not pessimistic people. We're not here, for death to become death conscious. We're here to become Krishna conscious, right? But just saying, oh, I will never die. Don't talk about death. Well, an intelligent person should prepare. When we go for a vacation, even for 2 days, let's say, Varunji, you're going to New York with your family to spend, this vacation. Will we not plan? Where will I stay? Where will I eat? We'll book the flights, you'll book the hotel or Airbnb, whatever you want to, wherever you want to stay. We'll do all the arrangements, necessary arrangements. Even for 2 days we are going. Shouldn't we not make necessary arrangements for what will happen to my life? Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu, dhruva janma mritasya cha. One who is born will die. The body has to die. And the soul, the eternal soul, will take the next step. Based on what? The intelligent person questions, tries to analyze. And that's basically the journey of self-discovery, or the science of self-realization, which we are all very, very intelligent. That's why you're here, to understand, to explore through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, we are not here, to talk more about the problem. It is said, hey, you're a part of the problem, you're a part of the solution. So we want to be part of the solution. We don't, these problems are there, right? No one wants to die. But so we'll focus on how to be part of solution. And we will watch a video. If you can hear this. You hear it? Is that audible?
Yes,
As the world spins out of control, as forests burn and missiles fall, will you sit back and watch it all, or give the gift and heed the call? Plant a seed of love and peace within the hearts of all you meet. As tensions rise and all hope falls, give the cure to solve it all. Plant
Krishna. Wasn't that so well put, right? And this is happening, my dear friends, every day. Countries are fighting, throwing bombs and missiles and killing each other for no reason or for selfish, egoistic reasons, and forest fires and hurricanes and whatnot, people killing each other with guns and weapons and just for over small things, right? What is the solution? The solution is this transcendental books, the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Sri Hari. And I will take some, again, I'll show my screen here. So this is again, maybe someone, so you can raise your hand. So I'll request some devotees to read. If you would like to read, you can raise your electronic hand and I'll call out your name so you can read. So here is, a question: how to get free from the miseries of life. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is explained: whoever carefully recites the mysterious or the divine appearances of the Lord Krishna with devotion in the morning and the evening gets free from all the miseries of life. So beautiful. Prabhupada is sharing that. When Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he came to US to give Srimad Bhagavatam to the whole world. The Western countries, US known for material prosperity, but people are struggling so much with mental issues and cultural issues, having the following a counterculture. But Prabhupada gave this message of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is like the real medicine. So maybe since we have less time, we'll skip the Sanskrit, but if those who want can read later. But let's see the English at least. Yes, Gopal Prabhu, you wanted to read? Gopal Rendra Prabhu, you want to read the English translation?
Can you hear, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Okay. Glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is that it is conveyed such glorification.
It's not audible.
Yeah. Okay. Such glorification is released by those who have tested description of the Lord of the right medicine of condition. Therefore, who will see hearing such glorification of the Lord except the future of one who is getting himself?
Hare Krishna. There was some audio issues, Prabhu, but I think everyone got at least a chance to read. Thank you for reading, Prabhu. Basically, the essence is that the medicine is available. This is the real solution, the real medicine. All we have to do is accept it, right? Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, which means Srimad Bhagavatam, which is non-different from Krishna, what will happen? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Krishna, sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, shoka, moha, bhaya. So nicely mentioned. Here, all these shoka, moha, shoka is lamentation, moha is illusion, and bhaya is doubt, fear. All the impurities will go away, right? And one will attain not just that, one will attain the highest relationship with the Supreme Lord. The highest stage of relationship, that means pure Krishna Prem, which is the goal of life, can be attained simply by hearing about Krishna. From where? From Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavatam, from the devotees. This is the process to awaken Krishna Prem. This is the process. Krishna enters in the heart of devotee. When the heart is cleansed, Krishna enters in the heart of a devotee and sits on the lotus flower of his loving relationship. So beautifully put here in poetic words. Sits on the lotus flower, the beautiful flower of his loving relationship, and cleanses the dust of material association. This is Krishna consciousness. Cheto darpana marjanam. It is the real nectar. It is the essence. Sarva Vedanta Saram Hi. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedic philosophy. We are so busy in this world, jobs, family, then so many obligations, classes, whatnot, right? Who has time to read hundreds and thousands and lakhs of verses from the Vedic scriptures? Has anyone time, right? First of all, we'll not even have access. All the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, etc. We not even know the names, what to speak of reading what the inside. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedic literatures. That means, and this is not what I am saying, these are the scriptures are saying, Lord Krishna is saying. The Shukdev Goswami himself is saying, it is the essence, Nigama Kalpa Tarur Galitam Phalam. It is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literatures. So, therefore, we must do our best to take Srimad Bhagavatam in our lives, in our hearts, in our homes. And not just that, share with others also to the best possible extent. Any friend, any neighbor, any relative, colleague, co-worker, whether in US, India, Europe, Australia, anywhere you are, anywhere you can share Krishna. And this is Supreme Lord saying himself. The Bhagavata Puran is as brilliant as sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode. So when Lord Krishna winded up his pastimes, went back, Krishna Swadhamo Pagata, when he wrapped up his pastimes, went to his home, and then he appeared in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get the light from this Purana. That's for all of us. Both the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam are like torch bearers for the people in this age of Kali Yuga. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the summum bonum and Lord Krishna personified. That means there is no different. If someone asks us, hey, have you seen Krishna? Yes, Bhagavatam is non-different. We must therefore accept Srimad Bhagavatam as the direct representation of Lord Sri Krishna. One who can see Srimad Bhagavatam can also see Lord Krishna in person. They are identical. These are exact words from this purport. You can read in more detail if you wish to. Right? I am just repeating here. Nothing is mine. I am just put everything together for ease, so we can relish all this. But how important is Srimad Bhagavatam? Everyone gets benefit, whether one is a 5-year-old, a 50-year-old, male, female, Indian, American, rich, poor. Srimad Bhagavatam is for everyone. No background, no background checks, no, rich or poor. Anyone easily can take Bhagavatam, relish it. And it improves everything. It cleanses the impurities in the heart. It improves relationship. There have been so many cases of husband, wife, their relationship strengthened, their emotional bonding, the bonding with the family strengthened just by reading Srimad Bhagavatam together. That is the power of reading together Srimad Bhagavatam. Even if we read for 10 minutes, we all have time for Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram, and these days, like there are 100 other things, right? Can anyone say, oh, I don't have time for anyone, right? We all spend time there. Can we not spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes to sit with our family and read Bhagavatam? Absolutely, we can. A sincere person can and should, right? And then there will be no more suffering. Engage constantly in chanting and hearing about me, the Supreme Personality of God. The sadhus do not suffer from any material sufferings, miseries. There will be no more miseries in the life of such a person who is really regularly Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, who is reading Krishna's pastimes, hearing. This is again Lord Kapila to Devahuti, his mother. And we should read it with sincere, we should chant with sincere attitude, with faith, with attention, and take it seriously. Then very soon Krishna will come in our heart. If we hear with faith, attention, seriously, right? And this is again a beautiful video you all can watch from senior Vaishnavas how is it with Bhagavatam is very, very important for all of us, right? I'm just repeating, and sometimes it's even better to directly hear. So let's watch this video again. Give me a thumbs up if you can see and hear.
It's getting impossible materially to live in.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
With depression, loneliness.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
We are suffering on the physical plane. We are suffering on the mental platform. We are suffering in relationships. We are suffering with our egos being smashed in the spheres of life.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
Amidst all of this, there's only one hope. There's only one way. That is to study Srimad Bhagavatam, practice Srimad Bhagavatam, and share Srimad Bhagavatam with the world. Samsara sindhu mati dustara mutti tirusho nanya plava bhagavata purushottamasya leela katha rasa nisevanam pumsam bhaved vivida dukkha davarthitasya. In the 12th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Save Earth Now campaign has been described.
Saving the earth begins with saving every individual. And saving every individual means providing them resources to raise their consciousness.
Give Srimad Bhagavatam.
When you give the gift of Srimad Bhagavatam to somebody else on the full moon day in the month of Bhadra, you get the return gift of going back home, back to Godhead.
One copy of Srimad Bhagavatam and one teacher of Srimad Bhagavatam is that rare a commodity and fortune in this material world.
We are showing what is possible. And we are humbly and submissively willing to offer that, to help to solve some of the seemingly unsolvable problems in this world.
Prabhupada said, distributing my books pleases me like no other service. If you really want to please me, distribute my books.
Wasn't that pure nectar, right? We are trying to solve seemingly unsolvable problems. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. He has left his body way back, but amazing Vaishnavas are sharing, right? This is so rare. By raising consciousness. And how will that happen? By providing resources. And what is the best of those resources? Is Srimad Bhagavatam. We study Srimad Bhagavatam, we practice Srimad Bhagavatam, we share Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Bhagavatam is our life and soul. If someone is really bad diseased, they will not dare to skip their medicine. If the doctor says, hey, if you skip for one day, you're not sure that you'll live the next day. Will that person afford to miss the medicine? Certainly not, right? That is how much we need Srimad Bhagavatam. But unfortunately, in the effect of Kali Yuga is so strong that we don't even feel that. But how will we feel? We feel, oh, our life's goal, big house, big car, big money, big this, big that. And then what? Then what? That no one questions. So we are not against job, family, and having house, having car. That is all fine. But the house, the bhavan becomes bhavan when there is Bhagavan inside. Otherwise, it's only one, right? If you take the bha out, bhavan is house, right? So basically, all the senior Vaishnavas are saying, like, let's take Srimad Bhagavatam, hear Srimad Bhagavatam, give Srimad Bhagavatam, absorb Srimad Bhagavatam, because Bhagavatam can solve all the problems. And it has done. When Prabhupada came here, he came to just like first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And when those devotees, they had all the wrong habits, intoxication, drugs, and inappropriate behaviors and whatnot. But by practicing Srimad Bhagavatam and hearing from the Bhagavatam Purusha, that means Srila Prabhupada, their lives completely transformed. That is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we all must also take advantage. It's easily accessible, available, but it's very, very rare too. Sometimes if something is easily accessible, we take it cheaply. Oh, it's not a big deal. But we are so blessed. Brahmand Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. Very, very fortunate. This human, there are 8.4 million species, and there are 14 planetary systems. in the previous lifetimes, we could have taken so many species, ant, bat, cat, dog, so many species we have been oscillating. But in this life, we have got a human species. But just having human species is very rare. But in that human species, to get association of devotees, to get connected to a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada and his movement and Srimad Bhagavatam, that is very, very rare. That's no ordinary thing. So we must take it to the best possible extent and help ourselves and help others too. You may say, hey, you're saying so many things. Do you have any proof? I'll quickly share one story as a proof of how this Bhagavatam impacted the life of one person. There are unlimited examples, but I'll just share one example, the story of Gokarna. So let's go back to this city, way back, a city on the banks of river Tungabhadra, where a Brahmana named Atmadev with his wife Dhunduli used to live. I'll go a little fast because we have less time. So they were living there. Somehow the Brahmana was nice, but his wife was not very noble in character and always complaining, criticizing, etc. So the Brahmana, and they did not have even child. So somehow they were a little disturbed because the wife was not supportive. They did not even have children. So, and the Brahmana said, I'll just give up my life because there's no good reason for me to live. And then he went in the forest and somehow he met a sadhu there. And the sadhu, a devotee, got to know what was going on in his mind. So asked Atmadev, what's going on? Why are you so sad? What's bothering you? And then he explained that these are the reasons, that my wife is not very supportive and I don't have children either. So there's no good purpose, and just the end. And they said, okay, you take this fruit, the power of blessing. So the sadhu gave him a banana. Give this to your wife. She will be blessed with a wonderful divine child, because the power of blessings lead to great, next generation. So we must, as far as possible, try to get blessings for ourselves, for our family, etc. And how does the blessing come? When we serve, when we follow the instructions of Krishna and devotees, and blessings will naturally outpour, right? So, but the wife did not want to eat that banana. Oh, if I eat that, then I'll not be able to do so many things. I'll not be able to hang out with my friends for 9 months. Pretty much, I'll go through all those different phases of the pregnancy period. What if the thieves come in that time? They will attack me. I'll not be able to run, and so much nonsense she started to think, because she didn't want to go through all that. The mother goes through so much sacrifice to bring the child in the universe, but she was not of good character. So she consulted her sister. Hey, my husband got this banana, what to do? So the sister was also, birds of same feather flock together. The sister was also the same nature, and the sister said, okay, I am expecting a child. You just fake a womb. You just fake like a fat belly, that you are gradually, developing the child. And when I get the child, I'll give it to you. You give me whatever, $10,000 or whatever money they decided, right? So that was a deal done between them. And what to do with the banana? Banana, what to do? Oh, give it to the cow. So that's what they decided. They gave the banana to the cow. And Dhunduli was faking a womb as if she was pregnant, expecting a child, but she was not. And her sister, the deal was that the sister's child will come. Okay, so time passed, and so Dhunduli's child was born, and which was actually her sister's child, and Gokarna was born from the cow. Go means cow, Karna means ears. So he had long ears like the cow, so he was named So he was a human child. It was not a calf, because there was the sadhu's blessings. It was a human child with long ears. Long ears also signify that we should hear more, right? And the other child of Dhundakari, of Dhunduli, was named Dhundakari. And both the children were like diametrically opposite. Gokarna was divine, very, very divine, with all the saintly qualities, humility, tolerance, gratitude. And since Dhundakari was born not from proper, Vedic samskaras, etc., he had all the demoniac qualities. So time flew, and Dhundakari's demoniac activities started to grow like anything. In his young adulthood, he was doing, inappropriate association of women, brought them home, and they were just running after his money. He started to loot others, right? He started to kill others. He started to cheat others, etc., whatnot, to satisfy his senses and bad desires, etc. And finally, and on the other hand, Gokarna was developing, his saintly qualities were developing like anything. Humility, tolerance, gratitude, devotion. And finally, the father also left. The mother died in the well because the mother could not tolerate. And finally, one fine day, these ladies who Dhundakari was associating with felt that this guy is looting and killing, and then if we be with him, then we will also be. They burnt him alive. They burnt him alive. That was the outcome. And then what happened? He became a ghost. So Dhundakari and Gokarna were living like brothers. Of course, opposite character, but Gokarna, and devotee has soft heart towards everyone. And since he was connected to Atmadev Dhunduli, so Gokarna got to know that his brother is no more. He did the final rites. He was a devotee, whatever final rituals would need to be done. And then he was taking rest for that night. And his bed started to shake, right? And he found that this is a so his bed started to shake, and it was Dhundakari who had turned into a ghost. But again, ghosts and all also cannot trouble devotees. So Gokarna was a pure soul, was not troubled. He could talk, and he said, Dhundakari said, "Brother, please help me. I'm suffering. I've done so many sinful activities. There is, Yamaraj's hard drive have been full of terabytes of data. So please help me out." Gokarna said, "I have done all the ritualistic activities and whatever was required for your final rites." And he said, all these karma kanda rituals won't help me. Please do something. So next day, finally, he discussed with the other senior members, and the son himself appeared and said, you do Bhagavad Sapta. For 7 days, Gokarna will speak Bhagavatam and everyone will hear. And so news spread like wildfire. All the people gathered, and Dhundakari took seat in the bamboo stick, which had 7 knots. He was hearing very attentively because this was the life and soul for him. Others were also hearing. And as he was hearing the Supreme Personality of Godhead about Krishna, about his activities, his one after the other, his heart was getting cleansed. His impurities were getting destroyed. And pure goodness was establishing in the heart. Right, as Prabhupada says here, we are trying to give people that happiness which will never be exhausted. That is the real happiness. That is our objective of happiness, not just temporary, like giving a candy to the child may solve some, temporary issue. But we are not treating the symptoms, we're treating the root cause here. And bhakti is established in the heart of the devotee. So I'm going a little fast here. So all the chains of all the previous fruitive reaction is destroyed, right? So all the knots of that bamboo day after day were getting destroyed. And finally, up the 7th day, as Gokarna, the pure devotee, was speaking, and as Dhundakari was hearing, he attained the spiritual form, the 4-handed form. And the Vishnu Dutas came to take him back home, back to the spiritual world. And everyone was shocked, because the person like Dhundakari, the person like evil, like the most sinful person in the whole community, and he got such a high destination, they were really shocked. That is the power of Bhagavatam. That is the power. And there are unlimited such examples of, reading Bhagavatam, hearing Bhagavatam. So my dear friends, this is what we are sharing, right? That let's take this, let's read Bhagavatam, even 10 minutes a day, hear Bhagavatam. There are a lot of audios, recordings, and we have a study group as well. You can take part every day. We read on all weekdays. We have these Zoom classes. You can take part. Inspire your friends. All these classes are free. We don't ask for anything. All we ask is join and spread the word. This is the beautiful occasion of Bhadra Purnima coming, where it is mentioned, if on this full moon day, Purnima means the full moon day, which is on 29th of September this year, which is day after tomorrow, anyone who gives Srimad Bhagavatam will attain the highest supreme destination, 12.13.13. This is the real thing to save earth. This is save the scriptures by mass preservation, save the consciousness of the people from getting polluted, save the country, save the community, save the world, save earth. And Bhagavatam is for anyone and everyone. There's no better gift, no better path, no better time, and the most easy and sublime way. So I'm going to share one more video. By the way, I have to turn on the audio first for that. And that's the last video for today. And then by the way, some of these videos are from last year, but the content is same. Just the dates change. 29th September is this year.
Hare Krishna. Fortunately, I'm standing right next to Srila Prabhupada on his Vyasasana. Srila Prabhupada imbibed the instruction of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to spread Krishna consciousness all over the Western world and beyond. On the Jaladuta, on his way to America with no money and no support, he brought the Srimad Bhagavatam. He wrote in poetry on the Jaladuta that the only way that the world could be saved, how people could be brought to higher consciousness so that they could help themselves and help others as they really want to do, would be to distribute the transcendental vibration of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He quoted Tadvag Visargo Janataga Viplavo. That is, the Srimad Bhagavatam is not from this world. It's a transcendental vibration from Goloka Vrindavan. It will touch the hearts of the people. It will solve their problems. Nothing else can do it. Now is the time for Bhadra Purnima, September 10th, 2022. We have a deadline to work towards. We want to distribute at least 43,000 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a 20.
So the goal for ISKCON Tampa is 50 sets, and the global ISKCON global goal is 56,000 sets for this year. Just wanted to share those numbers with you. So we have a goal of our ISKCON Tampa team for 50 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we need all of your support, and I'm sure we can certainly achieve that goal by everyone's support. Oops, that's all the way beginning.
World. It's a transcendent else can do it. Now is the time for Bhadra Purnima. We want to distribute at least 43,000 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a 23% increase from last year. We can do this. It's only a matter of priority, and it's a matter of advocacy. Advocate for this. Tell people it's a good idea. And by the way, make a pledge. Something more than 0 and not less than 1. And as soon as you pledge that you're going to distribute a Srimad Bhagavatam set, you'll feel connected to the Parampara and to Srila Prabhupada, who made it his life and soul to distribute Srimad Bhagavatam to the world. Let's do this together all over the world as one world team. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Isn't that beautiful? As soon as we distribute or get a Bhagavatam set, we get so much blessings from the parampara, right? So much blessing. We feel more connected because a good son means who follows the instructions of the father, right? Prabhupada emphasized so much on book distribution, not for his good, for our good, for the good of the whole world. If the books would not have been there, like books are like seeds of knowledge. So many people's lives have been transformed by reading these transcendental holy books. So we all should take this very, very seriously and do our best, as His Grace Vishishka Prabhu said. Take a pledge to distribute or get Srimad Bhagavatam set, anything more than 0 and not less than 1, right? So I'll just end with the last few slides. And Bhagavatam gives bhakti, bha for bhakti, ga for gyan, spiritual knowledge, va for vyaktitva, spiritual qualities, and ta is tattva. We get the understanding of the divine, Atma, Tattva, Paramatma, Tattva, Avatara, Shakti, etc., etc. All the knowledge is there, right, in the Bhagavatam. It is mentioned, such a beautiful verse. Tulasi Karanam yatra Padma Vanini cha Purana Pathanam yatra tatra Sanhito Hari. Wherever there is abundance of tulasi plants, wherever there is an abundance of lotuses growing, wherever there is Srimad Bhagavatam is being narrated, Lord Krishna is personally present. So if you want in your home or in your friend's home, your relative's home, to Krishna to be personally present, let's not delay. This is possible because Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different, as we see, from Krishna. From Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Even if they read one page, or even if they read after 1 month, or some people say, well, they may give, they may not read, it's okay. Bhagavatam is like time bomb, spiritual time bomb. Even if they start reading after 1 year, which has happened. There are many people who have said, okay, someone gave me Bhagavatam, but I read after 1 year and their lives changed. So many examples are there. A person who regularly hears or recites Srimad Bhagavatam delivers the forefathers of his wife, mother, and father. If your wife says, hey, what you have done for me, or if your husband says, what you have done for me, let's do this. Any person who does this, right? If you are giving Bhagavatam, just what a great act. All the forefathers of your mother, father, and your wife's side will be delivered. So every sane person will say, Baba, by giving Bhagavatam this year, I'm delivering all the forefathers. And this is, I am not saying, look, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is all there. Therefore, references are also mentioned. So many ways. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is directly Krishna himself, our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada brought Bhagavatam to America. He brought nothing else. His only cargo trunks, his only cargo was full of Bhagavatam. He knew there is nothing, no greater wealth on this planet. And there is no wealthier family than the family that keeps Srimad Bhagavatam in their home. Wow. That is real wealth, right? Dollars, gold, all those will go with time. Prabhupada, till the very end of his life, he was giving Srimad Bhagavatam, dictating Srimad Bhagavatam verses, purports. What about children? People leave, so there is so much value for children. We have kids classes too. We study Gita, study Bhagavatam, we memorize verses. So much to learn from the example stories of Bhagavatam. Children gain a great spiritual education that helps them make the right moral and spiritual decisions when faced with tough choices. So it's preparing our next generation for the right choices they can make. So many people leave behind large sums of money, cars, estates, material assets, but the best asset to leave behind for children as well as for the other many generations is Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, so you can welcome Krishna, Swagatam Krishna. These are some of the great saints, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Chinnajiyar, Swamiji, and Srila Vishweshwatirtha Swami, they're all glorifying Bhagavatam. Without any second, there's no like argument, debate, or anything. Every genuine bona fide sampradaya will glorify Bhagavatam because it's a treasure house of knowledge. So what can you do on the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhadra Purnima day? You can support by multiple ways. Either these are the different options. You can invite Srimad Bhagavatam in your home. It's available in all the languages: English, Hindi, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Bengali, Gujarati, etc. So if you don't have, first of all, and actually my wife said, she wants to have her own set of Bhagavatam. So in our home, we have 2 sets of Bhagavatam. We all are okay to keep 2 sets of phones, right? The husband has their phone, the wife has their phone. I'm not saying you have to, but if you feel like, there is full permission to take even 2 sets for home. Or some people may want 2 sets in like different languages. I know some devotees, let's say they have in English and their native language. That's also a very good idea to do. That's the like step number 1, because charity begins at home. If we don't have, how can we advocate others to take it? The next step is, you can inspire your friend, your relative, your co-worker, your any, anyone for that matter, so that they can take Srimad Bhagavatam in any language, in any city, in any country they live. We will work out all the logistics and we'll get that Bhagavatam delivered at their very doorstep. And if they don't, they may not want to purchase it, you can be, since you are their suhrid, their well-wisher, you can gift it to them, right? You gift on Diwali, Christmas, New Year, Thanksgiving, whatnot, their different holidays. This is the best thing to give. If you give some sweets, gone after 2 days. Give some clothes, gone after a couple of months. Give some toy, broken after a couple of months. But you give Bhagavatam, 10 generations will read, right? 100 generations will read. You don't know, right? How much like impact it will have on their lives. It is a real eternal knowledge, right? So that's another way you can donate, or you can give to your friend as a gift. Then is, okay, you say, well, I don't know whom to give, and you can sponsor. So you can sponsor, and on your behalf, we will give to the right person. So we give books in prison cells and libraries, and to the needy people, those who may not be able to afford we do something called Gram Vidyadan. There are a lot of villages in India. So we are the ISKCON global team is working. There are a lot of villages in India. We are trying that Bhagavatam reaches every village. You know that Bhagavatam has reached Alaska too. Yes, that is correct. There is a video I'll share maybe towards the end. We have less time. So you can support in that way, right? If Krishna has blessed us with something, and we should share, right? When we share, we get unlimited blessings more. So you can sponsor a set, and if you want to donate to your person, the goal is not money here. The goal is that Bhagavatam goes to multiple doors, multiple homes, multiple towns, cities, countries, villages, everywhere. That is Lord Chaitanya's mission. That every town, every village, there should be reading of Bhagavatam, there should be chanting of the holy names. Money is not the goal, right? Money is not the goal here. We are not after, money. Money will come, because we all are saying that do your best to spread Bhagavatam. And just to cover the cost of printing and shipping and all that, if you want to give it to your friend, relative, in India, that's about $150 per set. It comes in 18 volumes, 12 cantos, all languages everywhere available in any city, country, world. And if you want in US, since the cost of printing and shipping is higher, as we all know, it's $250 in the West part, like US, Europe, Australia, etc. So please support to the best possible way. And I want to pause here and express again my deep, deep gratitude to all of you for taking your valuable time and being so patient in watching this Bhadra Purnima presentation. So we can take some thoughts, comments, reflections, and then we'll also like to take some pledges for those who want to either take for themselves or they want to gift it to someone, whether in India, US, Europe, etc. Or you want to sponsor, gift. So we'll take all those pledges. And we are humbly requesting on behalf of our teachers like Prabhupada and his case Visheshika Prabhu, try to keep it above 0 and not less than 1. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Any comments, thoughts, reflections, corrections? So many wonderful souls are present here. Yes, Varunji, you want to share some thoughts? I can't hear you.
Prabhuji. Yeah,
Hare
very good to hear, Prabhuji. Very greatly explained. As I'm very beginner to the in the initial stage of this spiritual process, today I feel like very great in hearing like kind of devotion or like kind of things that Krishna can offer. So it's really good and pleasure for hearing all this. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you.
Prabhuji, if I want to give to a friend, how can I do that?
Okay, that's a great and very, very timely question. So as I said, we will work out all the logistics. All you have to tell us is their name, address, number, and in which language you would like to give. And if they, as I said, the costs are a little different. So in India, it's about $150. And in US and other west part of the world is about $250 per set. That's a suggested donation.
Okay.
If anyone wants to give more, it goes to serve temple and other projects. If anyone wants to give a little less, they said, well, I cannot do 250, due to whatever reason, we'll work with that. The goal is not, money. The goal is that Bhagavatam goes to. Yeah. So all you have to do is just tell us, we'll coordinate with you. And for now, that's what we'll do. So yeah, if you want to start, like how many sets you want to gift and tell just the name, I'll just take a quick, I'll jot down the names of the devotees and what set they want and the country also. Yeah.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So shall I write your name?
Actually, I want to give to my friend Prabhuji.
Okay.
Actually, he's looking. He asked like before that he's looking for a Bhagavad Gita. So, as the day is coming, I would like to give the Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, whichever is good to do. So, he lives in Georgia, Prabhuji. So,
he's in Georgia. Okay. Okay. So I'll just write that too. And English set?
Yeah, English should be fine for him, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So actually, he's from Nigeria, I think so, Prabhuji. So basically, he's into Islamic, but he's really good friend of mine from my master's roommate. So when he came here last time to Tampa, he was asking me about the book, but I have the one book which is in Telugu, so he can't understand, right? So I mentioned him that I would give him like later. So now I got a good time to do that thing. So definitely I'll do
yes, we can arrange. So I'll coordinate with you, Prabhu, and we'll get the Bhagavatam shipped to his address.
Sure,
and along with that, we can also send some smaller books like Bhagavad Gita and other books.
Sure, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you so
you have at your home Bhagavatam?
Prabhuji, I don't have Bhagavatam with me. I only have Bhagavad Gita with me.
Again, as your humble friend, brother, well-wisher, I will highly recommend. Actually, there's something, that we do home installation. So we can come and set up the altar. We have done it multiple homes in multiples. Many of those devotees are sitting. There'll be a short puja. We'll offer flowers, incense, etc. That's called, because Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. So you can, I would say, please invite Bhagavatam at your home as well.
Sure, Prabhuji, definitely I will look into that and I'll do that as well.
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. So big Haribol for Varun Prabhu. So we'll do 2 sets for him, right? So one is like for self in English language, right?
For me, like Telugu is also fine, Prabhuji,
Telugu?
or English is also, yeah, anything is fine, Prabhuji, for me.
Okay. Okay. So I'll coordinate. I'll just once before I'll check again.
Sure,
Wonderful.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Varun Prabhu. That's really, and I'll personally come to your home and we'll do this together. I want to
Sure, that's very good.
get your
Thank
wonderful
you.
association. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hari Bol, Priti Mataji, Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, we would like to get one set in Hindi.
For yourself?
Yes, Prabhuji. We already have one in English for our library at home, but for my own personal use, I want it in Hindi.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Everyone, please show your encouragement by words or emojis.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you.
No problem, Prabhuji.
Yeah, our hotlines are open. Please feel free to unmute as Priti Mataji did. Those who are watching on YouTube can also share. Yes, Baladev Prabhu.
Prabhuji, one Bengali set to my relative in Kolkata.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Big Hari Bol to Baladev Prabhu for gifting to their friends in Kolkata. This is real friendship, my dear friends, right? To give them the nectar, to give them something to raise the consciousness into which will not just solve temporary problems, but the eternal cycle of repeated birth and death. Thank you, Baladev Prabhu. Thank you so much. Anyone else?
We'd like to, sponsor one. One of my aunt in India needs Prabhuji in Telugu.
That's wonderful. That's so nice, Prabhuji. Big Haribol to Subala Gopal Prabhu for gifting to their aunt. Thank you. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Wonderful. Okay.
Haribol.
There's one Krishna Prabhu saying to my mother Anuradha. Can you speak up, Prabhu, please? Krishna Prabhu, are you still on? Krishna Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu, yeah.
Krishna Rohit.
Yeah, Krishna Rohit.
Okay. Can I get your number also real quick? Can you please share in the group your number? Yeah, please speak up. Sorry.
Yeah. I can share it.
Yeah, Krishna Prabhu did lot of seva, Prabhuji, for Janmashtami and even Radhastami, and so many times he is doing amazing seva. Thank you, Krishna Prabhu.
Thanks, Prabhu.
That is really amazing. Thank you. Thank you. This is a great gift. I know so many of our devotees are given to their parents in India, and their parents are reading it. They're getting so much benefit out of it. Actually, we all, most of us are here in US, and I'm sure we miss our parents a lot, and miss our relatives. But this way you can even, read with them. This is the best way. Sometimes we may talk and sometimes there's nothing to talk much, right? What will you talk? Is your health okay? Is your everything okay? And then what? Then, hearsay, there's, but what we can do, okay, let's 15 minutes read Bhagavatam together with your mother, with your father. That's a great thing. Let them read with your kids or their grandkids, etc. That's real bonding. Thank you, Krishna Rohit Prabhu, for your service, for your dedication, for your amazing seva.
Yeah, thanks. Prabhu, can we add Bhagavad Gita as well with it?
For your mother?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And in Telugu language, right? Both of them.
Correct, correct.
Okay, I'll add to Varun Prabhu's friend as well. Wonderful. Thank you, Krishna Rohit Prabhu. I think Sridhama Prabhu was sharing something.
Hey Krishna Prabhu, one set to India right now, the language and destination unknown, but I'll let you know very soon.
Sure, Prabhu, sure. Hari Bol to Sridhama Prabhu for sharing with their friend, relative in India. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Sridhama Prabhu. You're leading by your example. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
One
Krishna.
set to whoever you think is best.
Hare Krishna, that's so nice of you, Mataji. Yes, there are some devotees and I know who may not be in a position to buy, so we can give on your behalf. There we try to give for some prison cells and libraries also in US. I mean, I'm sharing real story. This friends, this is not cooked up stuff. We gave Bhagavad Gita to the Tampa prison, and they said, okay, after a few months they came, like those people are reading, they're finding there's a change in their lifestyle and habits, and they're finding value, they're relishing, and they ask for more books. This is like, we have email proofs from coming from those people. So and if you know someone who wants, please let us know, right? There are kind devotees like Sharnya Mataji, etc., who say just give to the right person. So thank you so much for your kindness, Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you also add one more set to my home in India?
Hari Bol. This is called hat trick. Varun Prabhu did real service. He said, like, how many of you have bought sweets in Diwali? Right? We all have bought from market, right? At some point. We generally buy in bulks,
Yes,
right?
Prabhu.
Like 5 boxes, 10 boxes to give to all our friends. We don't buy one, right? Because so many friends are there. This is real charity, right? I'll give to my friend, my mother, my uncle, and for myself too, right? This is great, Varun Prabhu. So inspiring. So one set for your,
Thank you.
which language? Telugu?
Prabhuji, in the Telugu itself. Yeah, Telugu itself.
Okay, very nice. We will certainly arrange that as well. Wonderful. So if anyone is, we don't want anyone to feel left out, as His Grace Vishka Prabhu said, anything above 0, less, and not less than 1. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or want to help, want to support, please share your genuine desire. Okay, I think most of the devotees already shared. If I have not missed any comments. Okay, Balaram Prabhu also mentioned that he wants to do a Bengali set as well. So we'll add his name too. And anyone else wants to do this service or share with friends, relatives, etc., please let us know. Our hotlines are always open. So I'm going to add Balaram Prabhu's name. And of course, my wife always does this service every year. So of gifting to their friends, relatives in India. So I think we did really wonderful by, let's see, 11 sets. today in this endeavor. And for those who would like to do this service later, please let us know. We still are only halfway through our goal. So far we had around 13-14 sets, and we have 11 now, so you can say 25. We still have 25 more sets to go. As His Grace Vishishika Prabhu said, please become please, when we understand, advocate for it, share with others, and do your best, right? And then Krishna is very, very pleased.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I want to give to my co-sister. Actually, I was telling her about Bhagavatam, then she is interested. That's why I am thinking.
Wonderful. In India, Mataji, your sister?
Yes, Prabhuji, in India, and it will be Odia, in Odia.
In Odia language, sure. That is wonderful. This is real sisterhood, brotherhood, sisterhood, friendship, right? To give the joy of Krishna consciousness, right? If we have received something nice, will we keep it? A selfish person will keep it to themselves. But a selfless person says, this is the real stuff, my dear brother, my dear sister, my dear friend, you must take it. Even if they don't know, like sometimes they may not be so keen. Said, okay, just keep it at home. Just by keeping Bhagavatam at home, as we learned, it becomes a temple. The spiritual vibrations will completely transform the whole environment, in the heart, in the home, everywhere. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Wonderful. This is
So, Prabhuji, last year for Bhadra Purnima, you remember we gave a set to my mother. And last year, I don't feel bad in saying that, but she was really not happy with her life. But now she's in the 10th canto, and Prabhuji, so much she has changed, so much she has learned. She's become very strong, and she's like, anything comes to her, she's like, okay, why are you feeling bad? You gave me the strength, you gave me Srimad Bhagavatam. You have to take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. You are reading it. She has become so strong, Prabhuji. And it's so inspiring to see my mother also do that. And I think that's the best gift I have given to my mother. She is like really, really into it. She really loves reading it. She's become so strong mentally, physically. And she now knows what is life. And just taking shelter of Krishna. And she told me by her own words that, I'm so lucky that I had you as my daughter because you gave me the best gift nobody ever gave. So yeah, I just wanted to share my reflection on this day because I think it's exactly 1 year and I can see the positivity of it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you. This is real testimony, right? How Bhagavatam has transformed someone's life. So it's happening every day. Bhagavatam is transforming lives of so many people every day. And they are living examples. So thank you for doing that to your mother, giving the Bhagavatam. And now she is inspiring her to take it more sincerely, right? So, it is said, attack is the best defense. So you create your circle like that, make all your friends Bhagavatam readers, and then have a study group together, right? Thank you, Mataji. Very, very nice.
Yes, Prabhuji, that's wonderful. Yeah, Hari Bol too much.
Can you still hear me? Any other thoughts, any questions or feedback before we wrap up for today?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, that's a wonderful thing, Prabhuji. Reading together every day morning, we all, my mom, mother, my aunts, my brother, we all are almost like 15 people. I mean, I'm not that regular these days, but we all read together. That's a wonderful experience for morning for almost an hour. Thank you.
Wow, that's beautiful. That was the Vedic culture, right? That everyone would read in the evening or morning, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Gita, Bhagavatam, etc. Right? So they will learn those values. Oh, don't fight, brothers. Be like Ram and Bharat. These days, brothers are fighting, killing each other, right? For rupee, dollar, correct? The relationships are just namesake, shallow, right? The marriages are falling apart, right? When there is a problem in the marriage, they'll say they follow the footsteps of Ram and Sita. These days, small issue and people make it a big, and there's no tolerance, no gratitude. Why? Because we are getting away from the roots, Vedic culture, Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, so many stories, so many value life lessons. Same for kids, everyone, right? Whether we're a brother, sister, husband, wife, son, daughter, mother, any role, any relationship. So thank you, Subala Prabhu. Very nice. Anything else, anyone? So thank you again, my dear friends. My deepest gratitude to all of you for your wonderful association. And in this reading group, anyone and everyone is invited, right? This is no secret sauce. This is open for all, right? You can join this group and connect others too, right? So thank you. My humble obeisance to all of you. My special gratitude to Varun Prabhu for being such a, great devotee and giving this to all. Thank you, Rashmi Mataji. Happy to see you as well. Hare Krishna. Oh, I can't hear you. You're on mute. Please unmute.
Hare Krishna is very beautiful, and I'll tell you something. Today, there is Priya Mataji in Rochester, Pavitra Renu Mataji. So she asked us, if we want to sponsor somebody. So today I asked her to give me 2 sets for 2 friends of mine.
Haribol. Wow, perfect timing.
Yeah.
That's so nice. So nice.
I'm just looking for some more. Yeah. So you send in India also, you're saying, huh?
Yes, India, US, Europe, Alaska also will. We'll go to the moon to send to.
I can let you know, right? About
Yes.
my relatives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can let me know whichever.
Yeah. Maybe in a day or so.
Sure. Take your time. In a day or so is perfect. You'll right be on Bhadra Purnima.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for joining and supporting.
Thank you so much for your association also. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Thank you again. Dear Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhadra Purnima ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai, Samaveta Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaः. Hari Bol, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shubhalas Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.